Alright guys, what's up and welcome to a new video on Broccoli Power Reviews. Today we're going to be mentioning 5 reasons why you should watch Naruto. And yeah, let's just hop right into it. Okay guys, so the 5th reason why you should watch Naruto is because of the characters. In Naruto you have a bunch of amazing and different characters that go through all sorts of stuff. You guys have different types of characters. You have characters that are happy, that are sad, characters that have different outlooks on life and what it is to be a ninja. Since I'm pretty sure all of you know that Naruto is a series about ninjas, it just shows you how every character has every character has their own backstory. There's a lot of, as I said, every character has a goal that they want to achieve, which is all very different. They'll act on it in a different manner, and the show really tries to represent what being a ninja really means to all the supporting cast and the main characters. What does a ninja mean to these characters, and how do they represent it, and how do they act on it? So if you like diversity in the cast, then Naruto is definitely the show you're going to look forward to. Yeah, there's nothing much I could say about the characters. It's to give them the right they deserve. They're all written in a different manner, and they all go on different stuff in a different manner. If you like that sort of thing, then you should watch Naruto. I'm now going into reason number 4. So here we have at number 4 the story. The story of Naruto is amazing from start to finish. Everything, well, not everything, obviously every story has its problems, its plot holes. Naruto is no exception. But there's a clean line from part 1 to the end of the series. There's a lot of threads that you connect by the end of the series as a viewer. They'll make you satisfied. And the story, the way the world building and the way you see the ninja ranks and just what the story is about, since Naruto is not really a plot-driven story, it's more of a character-driven story, as I said, and what being a ninja means to the cast and how they go on about it. If you like that sort of, as I said, the story has a clean cut from part 1 to the end of the series. It has how the story does a lot of parallels between the villains and the main character. So the villains in Naruto are usually connected to the story, and they have usually a history or parallels with the main cast, which is very interesting, and if you think about it, has been foreshadowed ever since the beginning of the series. There are a few hints you'll get here and there that you'll have to connect, and even what makes the story even better is the fights. Like, Naruto tells a story through the fights, which you don't really see in shonen nowadays, or you do, but you don't see it to the beautiful extent that Naruto does it. So if you like those kind of stuff, you'll definitely see through the story of Naruto parallels, how it sets up everything. There's a lot of foreshadowing in the series. There's a lot of deep stuff in the story, and yeah, most of all, Naruto tells a story through the fights that you won't see in any other shonen, or 90% of shonen. So if you like that sort of stuff, then Naruto is definitely the show for you. Okay, let's go on to reason now number 3. Alright, so at number 3 now we have villains. Naruto has some of the best villains in shonen history, or in even anime history. You'll never see villains as interesting as you would see in Naruto. Most of the villains in Naruto are deep. They have all went through some stuff that made them who they are today. You know how some villains in shonen or anime in general just are cliche and they just turn evil for the sake of being evil. No, you actually see their backstory, how rough life was for them, and how they turn out to be the way they are. And what's the most amazing thing about Naruto is you see the ideology of the villain confront the ideology of the main cast, or whoever they're confronting from the main cast. That makes for and most of the villains are very expressive, they're unique, they have amazing, unique character designs. Everyone, as I said, has a goal, which connects to my characters thing. Every character from the villains are very unique. They have different beliefs, they go on their goals in a different way. There's a lot of mystery behind them, and most of all, they're very deep. They're not evil for the sake of being evil, but they're just evil because that's kind of how the ninja world and war made them turn out to be. And when you see that, you see the parallels between them and the main character, between the fights, that's where kind of the villains come at their best. And the speeches, even just the wise word of the villains itself kind of hits you hard. Like if you don't feel for the villain, if you don't feel for the main character, then you can sure feel for the villains in Naruto. That's how deep and great the villains in Naruto really are. Now let's go to reason number 2. Reason number 2, which connects to my reason number 3, life lessons. You get a lot of life lessons from Naruto. It's one of the most realistic shows out there. It shows you how war changes you, how life can change you, and how miserable life can be, sacrificing yourself for one's loved one. How you're going about life. Naruto teaches you a lot of amazing life lessons that you won't get in a lot of shows. You just get a lot of amazing and beautiful life lessons from Naruto, which connects to my point number 3. Really, so now let's go to reason number 1. Number 1, the fights. Naruto has some of the best fights in the world of shonen. There's a lot of tactics, strategy. There's a lot of, again, fun, as I said, fun characters, ideology being there. The way that the show kind of tells a story through its fights is really interesting, and you don't really get to see much of. It's very unique just to Naruto. It's a thing that's entitled to Naruto that it can do. The strategy is on another level. The tactics, the techniques are also very unique, and they're very well thought out by the author while writing the fights. Yeah, and then the best part of the fight is how deep and complex they can be to both characters, which is the main cast or the main character and the villain. Parallels and the complexity and the different ideologies of both fighters is what makes the fights of Naruto one of the best out there. Plus, there's 3 types of fighting styles in Naruto: Taijutsu, Genjutsu, and Ninjutsu. Just seeing how you kind of, the opponents analyze how to get out of it and stuff really makes for a compelling discovery for the viewer. So yeah, Naruto has some of the best fights in all of anime. That's why I definitely recommend the fights in Naruto are just amazing, and you should give it a try, because Naruto's just overall an amazing show. And as I said, so number 1 is the fights. The fights in Naruto are probably one of the best things about the show, and the way they connect the story to it and everything too. They connect the story to the fights. It's definitely very rewarding for you as a viewer. I've been stuck by the series and been waiting for some of these moments. That's why number 5 fights comes at number 1. Alright guys, this was 5 reasons why you should watch Naruto. In my opinion, it's just a recommendation. I could do more videos, or this could be a series on my channel, so I just hope you like this video. Subscribe. This video was actually inspired by T-Bry, who is a good friend of mine. I will link his channel in the description. If you don't mind, you can go and check out his channel and sub to him, because he's an amazing fellow friend of mine. And yeah, I couldn't recommend Naruto enough for you guys. Naruto is really an amazing show, and it's a life-changing show for sure. It impacted so many of its viewers. So yeah, if you like shows like Naruto, then if you like stuff like this, then you definitely enjoy Naruto. And as the 5 reasons I mentioned, Naruto is definitely very worth a watch. Anyways guys, I'll catch you on the next video, and have a good day, and peace. Catch you on the flip. Have a good day guys. And yeah, nothing more to say. It's been your boy Rocker Power of Youth, signing off.